Hiya, my name's Jerry Hanna. I'm the chair of Parenting Together. This is a charity primarily aimed at supporting parents, usually working class parents with some form of disability or a disadvantage. The following video that you're going to see is by a disabled mother who had a child taken away from her at the moment of birth.
You know, when you've had authorities, when you've had agencies telling you that you're not good enough, you're not even good enough to parent your own child, you know, it's mentally, it's torment, it's torture. It really is. You know, I've still got a home, I've still got a bedroom for Connor. Yeah, I'm being hit with the bedroom tax. It's not just me, a lot of parents out there are living in a torment of just being stuck, of grieving a life that, you know, I could have had, they could have had. You know, I could have had more children by now. You know, I could have trained as a barrister, you know. But I've just been locked in grief for years, and I'm waking up and seeing the full horror, the full scale of what has happened. I just think all the medication that I was on kept me safe, because it was too traumatic. You know, you know, vulnerable parents are going to court and they're being lied about and painted as some kind of lunatic. I'm watching a video about parents that are, you know, have learning disabilities or they've had drink and drug problems. What happened with me was I was on my own in a second floor flat, and I suffered terribly with pregnancy sickness all the way through, which meant that I couldn't keep my medication down, my antidepressants, okay, and I had bags full of sick and clothes that were full of sick, and I couldn't wash them because my washing machine broke, and then social services came out because the midwife got involved. They put me in somewhere for a few weeks, but they couldn't look after my cats because I've not been sectioned. Hi Laura. And they hi Kelly. And you know, they should have looked after me, really. The midwife, and I ended up getting my own washing machine. I ended up still going back every day and feeding the cats. And then they put me back to that flat, heavily pregnant, my flat in an absolute tip, and basically it was just clothes that were filled with the sick, really. And then high blood pressure, so I was really ill. The baby came early, then I was left incontinent. I had my placenta removed, I had blood transfusions, Connor's umbilical cord hadn't even fallen off, and they were all crowding round my bed, all the social workers asking me to sign him over and for me to express me milk, and they'd give it to him in foster care. So I said I wanted a mother and baby placement. I was in the mother and baby placement for 7 months, 7.5 months, and this woman was looking after loads of other kids as well. She was looking after 3 other children. And I found out if it's more than 3, it's actually classed as a children's home. There was 1 toilet as well, and I was sort of, I had to wear nappies, so Connor had to wear nappies, I had to wear nappies. I just had no dignity. I was left to my own devices in the day, and she just did reports for 10 minutes at night. And basically me and Connor were just in the bedroom. Whenever we were there, we were just in the bedroom, or we were out and about. Anyway, I moved. I requested to move to another mother and baby placement. The assessments actually got done after 10 months, 10.5 months. And the second one, she was a horror, she was a bully. She was a neat freak, I couldn't do anything. I couldn't even eat, you know, after a certain time. It was horrible, and I had to be back at 4 o'clock every day. And the assessment was horrific. The independent social worker, one of the days was 11 hours long. So, in retrospect, I wished I'd never even, as soon as I found out I was pregnant, okay, so after 7 weeks I started getting really sick, really ill. If I'd known then what I know now, and had known of people that could help, because there's safe houses in various places, I'd have gone. Because basically, I'm just skirting the surface here. I can't even begin to tell you what else has happened, because it's taken a lot out of me just to say what I've said. I would have not signed, well, I wouldn't have been in the country to sign the Section 20, but you can actually refuse to carry it on. So you can actually say, it's a voluntary arrangement, so you can decide if you want to or not to carry it on. And I'd have turned around and said, look, you know, we've still not had the assessments, it's 10.5 months down the line. And I'd have found support from somewhere or something. But at each stage, I was painted as someone that couldn't go to the toilet, needed training to go to the toilet, couldn't cross a road, couldn't take in information. I've got a degree. They monitored my social media. One of the contact workers was sort of in cahoots in the court, outside the court, and she was quite bullying towards me, and she lied, you know, saying that I was overfeeding him, that he was hostile to me. At one point he was teething, and that was my fault, you know, because he was quite upset and tired and everything on one particular session. So, hi Helen, hi Nicola. So I just need to face this. I need to face everything that's happened to me, because the grief has got so deep in me now that it has to come out. You know, it has to come out. It's got nowhere else to go. It literally has to come out. And I feel I'm in the place now where I'm getting myself ready. I'm getting myself strong enough to help other parents to avoid the pitfalls. You know, I fell through the net. You know, I have disabilities. I was on my own. I am not a drinker. I'm not into drugs. There's no domestic violence issues. There's no issues of me being in prison. I run my own home. But at that time, you know, when they got involved, when social services got involved, I was very, very unwell. I was very sick throughout the pregnancy. So they perpetuated that storyline. What if you get ill again? This is gonna happen. And there was no Clare needs 24 hours care.
The charity helps parents provide the courts with facts and evidence to support their plea to keep the children and to care for them. We also maintain a network of other individuals and organisations that specialise in various subjects such as the law, family law, litigation, health, childcare, whatever it takes to maintain the relationship between parents and the children. The latest partnership is possibly a groundbreaking arrangement in that parents with disabilities, parents exactly like Clare, can now find the support and the accommodation that best suits their needs. This new partnership means that disadvantaged parents can now move into supported accommodation administered by qualified social workers and attended by professional carers. If you can support the charity in any way with your skills, your knowledge, financial help, or even volunteering a little bit of your time, it would be greatly appreciated. The job that we're trying to do is very, very difficult. Understandably, we don't get much support or funding from the local authorities. We are very, very much on our own. The one thing that we do have is the skills and the services for the courts. An expert witness report pays for 4 other families who cannot afford to pay us anything. To make a donation, I'll leave links below on the website, which has donation buttons on there. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you. Bye.